Testing 1, 2. That looks good. Okay. Game 2. We are doing game 2. It does says game 1, but it is game 2 of the Singapore League. I'm going to update the little title in just a moment. Tonight we are joined by Joe from Japan. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's your second time, I think. Welcome back, I should be saying.
Actually, no. This is my first time doing, I guess, commentary.
Oh no! Sorry.
Well, there's two Joes.
Joe. The other Joe. I'll play Joe.
That's the problem.
Joseph,
Why don't you call me
okay.
Reuben for the minute?
Tsukuda Joe. Sorry, Tsukuda. Is that
Tsukuda Joe, yeah.
Tsukuda.
Welcome,
Tsukuda, yeah.
welcome that Joe.
Thanks. Good to be with you guys.
Yeah, second time you've been on stream with us, I believe.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Well, welcome. And a man who needs no introduction, and we saw his handsome portrait. It is Reuben. Welcome back, Reuben.
Thank you. Let's go.
Thank you very much.
Long time no see. And joining us as a guest commentary tonight is Joseph, also from Japan, from Osaka, or just west of Osaka, I believe you said. Was that right?
Just east of Osaka.
Just east of
near
Osaka.
Kyoto. Yep, near Kyoto.
Kyoto. That's it. I'm getting them mixed up. I haven't been over that way for a long time. And well, welcome. We will. We'll show you the ropes, and I hope you have a good time here. In the meantime, to the players, you guys are playing your pod game for the Singapore League.
Yep.
How you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Is this both your first game for your pods?
This is now my second game. I had my first game yesterday.
Okay,
so yeah, I'm okay. I would say I'm quite familiar with the list, or at least my
quite
list.
familiar with this.
This
You're
is
an
my
Imperial
first
Ace
game.
player. I know.
Yeah, this is my first game, and I'm not happy about the matchup. At least.
Oh, you're fine. It's right.
You're fine.
You got 3
We'll see.
A-wings. You got overdrive poke. Trust me, I think you got this. I got you have me cheering for you, and that's all you need.
Okay.
Okay. Just if your dice go bad, it's not my fault. Okay. That's
Okay, fair enough. I know you're my
Not my
resistance
fault.
buddy, so.
All right, I'm going to throw you guys both into the room. Please start setting up. We're going to talk about your list. We will tell you when to start going if you had finished setting up. Just wait for us to give you the pin. Yeah. Reuben knows what he's doing. Just have a chat. Remember the dice rule, the dice box. The dice got to go in the rules. Reuben will show you the ropes for that. All good. Okay. Joe.
Sounds good.
Good luck to both of you.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Alrighty. The other Joe, Joseph. Sorry, I had you down for Joseph,
Yes.
and I was thinking of Joe. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing X-Wing for?
I've been playing X-Wing since before Wave 1, when it was just the original core set from the first edition.
Wow. So that's a long time. That's a very long time.
Yeah,
And
it's
because
Go
you're in
ahead.
Japan, you're saying. Oh, we got some. Marcus has typing Japanese there in the thing. All the commentators are doing. Oh, flattery, man. Flattery will get you everywhere, TMT. Joseph, so you were telling me before while we were setting up the game. You say there used to be a lot of Japanese players, but now
that's right.
Now
We had a fairly large group in Osaka. There was another large group up in Tokyo. The Tokyo group is connected to a lot of the military base, so there's a lot of expats as well as military guys, and then local Japanese guys that go up to the store. Down in Osaka, we also had some Japanese players and a lot of mixed foreign players that are just expats living in the area. People come and go all the time, so we've had people come into the community and then leave the community. Unfortunately, around the time of 2.0, we had a lot of people leave the community for various reasons, and it's kind of hurt. It's been hard to find games, but we still have players scattered about the lower part of Japan.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go back to that. Well, let's talk about the list, and that way when the games are going, we can talk about that more, because as I say, I'm a big fan of Japan. I love to visit there with my wife, and I'm definitely going to be looking for real life games once we've gone past this pandemic. Anyway, to start the bat, would you like to do the Empire?
Sure. These are actually both lists that are something that I would fly, and it looks like Reuben is flying Darth Vader with afterburners and fire control system, which is fairly standard. It's a powerful Vader. He's got mods when he needs them with the Force. He's got access to double actions. If he needs to escape, he's got afterburners, and fire control system should allow his target-locked advanced tactical computer to targeting computer to put out some decent damage. And then he's got Suntir Fel with outmaneuver. I'm not sure how much I like outmaneuver in this matchup because he's got Tsukuda Joe has the A-wings, which will have multiple arcs. But Suntir Fel should be able to take advantage of outmaneuver on Poe Dameron, especially because I think there's a points difference of about 5 or 6 points. I can't imagine that Reuben will not give Joe the initiative.
I had Reuben marked down as first player. It's not. It's Joe. Joe's going to be first player. And then, sorry, the last one.
Yep, and finally we have Major Vermeil, who is really good at putting through damage if you can get rid of tokens. And Vermeil's carrying Palpatine, so there's another stress-free mod there in that Force token, and he'll be able to also use Palp's ability here and there. And I think Vermeil will have quite a bit of maneuverability and will be moving after some of the A-wings. So it's going to be up to Reuben to try and make sure that he can get Vader and Suntir and Vermeil all on the same target to get rid of those tokens so that Vermeil can activate.
You're right. Vermeil will move after one of the A-wings, and that A-wing is Merle. Who is not actually showing up in the overlay, unfortunately. Looks like has not been updated with the picture. But Merle is basically like a Initiative 1 A-Wing with a terrible ability. It's considered free by FFG. And the ability allows the defender to roll one less green dice if it has Merle in the bullseye. So it's kind of like actually a reverse Suntir. If Suntir gets the free focus off Merle, hey, guess what? Merle's going to say you, Suntir, are going to roll one less green dice. It's also teamed up with Intimidation. So if you get the block on Vader, and Vader has Merle in the bullseye, Vader's going to roll less 2 green dice, which is very fun for the A-wings only throwing 2 dice at Vader, because often it's like, you know, hitting a brick wall. You just can't push through damage. But if Vader's only got 1 green dice, it could very well work. Then we've got ZZ, you know, one of the best A-wing in the game at the moment, I think. Heroic with advanced optics. And we've got Tally with very much heroic and advanced optics again. And then my new favourite, Poe with overdrive. So it is a stock standard Poe with heroic and R4. We've got the S foils and we've got the black one. Now the overdrive card unfortunately has not been updated in the overlay, but it's there. It allows Poe to do the two speed barrels and boost when they're doing a red action. Really, really good. Now you can't quite see because we have the handsome Joseph face blocking. I'm just going to change the camera. We have, come on, there we go. Top down camera. We've got they're parked in the bottom corner, completely opposite to each other. And looks like they're all set. Once they set the dials, they should be good to go.
What do you think about their starting positions here?
Firstly, we look at Reuben. You can see he's got the little off angle Suntir Fel, which plays havoc with my eyes. So I think I've really got to start practicing this, because it's really good for the bullseye abilities, because it increases the chance of landing that bullseye. And for those who are not used to playing against the off-angle deployment, it becomes really, really hard. So I do like it. I personally, okay, here's the thing. With Pony 3As, I like to have Merle in the center. That way it gives you no information on which side you're picking. And he can be move enough, that fast enough or slow enough to rejoin the other side, depending on where you go. But in that kind of block formation, it's good enough that he could probably, burst down Vermeil in 1 or 2 turns.
I'm a little surprised that he has Poe in the top left of that formation with the higher pilot skill, moving after the A-wings that are behind him.
it could just be that the A-wings are going to go 5 straight over the top of him. You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I think,
And then,
but I think that's kind of announcing, hey, these A-wings are either going to peel off to the right or they're going to go at a faster speed or slower speed than the X-wing.
but they could also, to be fair, they could also just do hard 1 to the right. All of them are doing, and the starting timer. Okay, I think they've started timer, and they have. And we are away.
There's the 5 straight from the A-wings.
Yep. Probably could be with... No, I was going to say barrel roll. Okay. I was going to say with a boost. Yep, okay. Joe's got that torrent. I don't like the dark blue torrent. It's hard for me to see. I'm old. Can't see. So, no, I was just... I was showing that one of my... trinkets from Japan is I got one of these Century whiskey glasses I was showing up on the camera before.
Oh, right.
Because believe it or not, the Century whiskey, the yellow, like the shell one. Oh, I can't think of the name at the moment. It's like super cheap over there. It's like $10 or $15 for a bottle equivalent. And it's funny when I go over there, because I visit Japan with the wife. Whenever I go over there, I will go to the supermarkets and I'll buy like a big like 4-litre bottle of it, because over here, if we buy it in Australia, it costs about $60-70 a bottle.
Oh my.
And over there it's like $10, $15 equivalent. And you buy the 4-litre, it costs like something like under $200 for 4 litres of this stuff. And I put in a little crystal decanter, and it's like my nice, easy, everyday drinking Scotch and soda. It's beautiful. Okay, back to the game. Because I love Japanese whiskey. Sorry, Japanese. Okay, back to the game at hand. So
Joe's moved up along the edge, and we've got a nice split with Suntir threatening to flank.
Yeah, and the thing is, his flank is actually very devastating because of the outmaneuver. Because he has it outmaneuvered, the A-wings will be only rolling 2 greens instead of 3. It actually becomes quite scary. So, for me, I think you can almost... The A-wings can give Darth Vader a hard time because he's more predictable. Whereas Suntir, you're going to have to pressure on Suntir so to make him disengage before the actual engagement. That said, Suntir's not no easy guy to hit as well, because the evade, get the bullseye lined up and have a focus, evade and focus, and also even just taking the evade, he's got access to the Palpatine force, so it's going to be hard for the A-wings to push through damage.
And I think Reuben's going to want to remove the offense that Poe's bringing, but he's going to have to deal with interference from those A-wings.
Oh yeah. This is to me this is a tough matchup for Joe, but I don't think it's unbeatable. It's going to be really how if he has enough pressure on Suntir early enough to force him to disengage. The good thing is Suntir can move fast. The A-wings can move fast. Darth Vader, well, he has afterburners, so he can move fast 1 or 2 turns. But it's a resource that he only has 2 of. And on top of that, if he takes a target lock on the wrong target, or has a target lock on one of the A-wings, he's going to be throwing wet noodle if he gets bombs up on the following turn. And the A-wings are fast enough that they can overshoot Vader that following turn or cause him the bump. So it's a really interesting matchup. I've had the joy of
Vermeil is surprisingly fast too with his pre-moving boost.
Yes, his ailerons, and because
adaptive ailerons.
Because it's a medium-based ship too. That's that free move plus a bank can cover a surprising amount of distance too, and it's a 4, so it actually gives trouble to ZZ and Tally.
I think these debris tokens are actually going to be fairly favorable for Reuben, because if they stress out any of the A-wings or Poe, you're going to start seeing Vermeil's ability come in.
Oh yeah, very sad. Also, I just want to say,
who do you think Tsukuda Joe wants to take out first? Is he just playing for the
So
first opportunity he gets, going slow, or do you think Tsukuda Joe is gonna try and go after a specific target?
I think, like, initially, what it looks like, I would think Joe's going to try and get Nuke Famil in the Vader. Oh, sorry, Famil and Palpatine. Because it's one agility ship, and the way, like, when you keep all those ships in that tight formation, you're going to focus fire something hard. When I fly this Pone 3As, I do like to have like two different directions. So I'll have my 5A wings, the two fives going one way, and I'll have Bluey and Poe sort of like coming in the other way, but they won't be working. They won't be following the same flight path. Bluey's job is to go in and get in their face and cause blocks at the key turn of engagement. Meanwhile, Poe comes up and follows up, and the idea for me is that Bluey's always there to help Poe out by preventing blocks coming in at Poe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Making room for Poe to move up. Because that's the scariest thing with Poe, is that if you do go for like almost like a joust, people will try and go in there and block Poe. So that's what Bluey's, well, Muir's job. So I keep calling him Bluey because he's blue, and he was Bluey for my last year of flying Poe and 3As. So Muir, here we go. From Muir moving
and
up.
we can see that his choice is definitely going to be going after Vader and Vermeil here.
Okay, so Mark, okay, I can turn up my mic. It's on a separate line to... Is that any better, Mark? I'll move over my mic as well. 1, 2. Give me an okay if that's coming out through clearer. I just see the bars moving up. Okay. Also thing to note here is Mel took an evade. Awesome, cool. Also, Mel took an evade because he wants to keep him alive.
Yep, I can see that.
Can you just change yourself to a color and just remove one of those tokens on tally? Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. Okay. I typed a message in and he missed it before. Yep. Probably when he spawned, the old ones were still there. So, yeah. What do you do? Barrel and boost? Okay. Yeah, he looks like he's going for focus fire. Early engagement focus fire. So this is almost like he's jousting. Which can work. If it can work if he engages and Sunti is far enough away that it could work now, but unfortunately Sunti is moving in pretty hot. I think Sunti's just going to do a boost. My guess is do a boost. Do we have a little pen here going through? Let's have a look. I've also got a new little toy. There we go. There's the boost.
There it is.
So he's got the flank. So when next turn the engagement is, he can now probably do like a hard 3, get in around over there. Is that working? Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. So this gives essentially lots of nice options. Unfortunately, Joe is kind of committed now going to down this way. He would just lose too many tokens if he decided to turn into that thing behind that debris field. So he's kind of committed to going this way. The good news is where Vader is. Vader hasn't got that many options coming around over here. He almost needs to barrel roll, but he's blocked. So this is, I think, just a slight mistake by Reuben. He went 4 straight. Looks like it. I think if he did I think he needed to do a 3 straight and just be back here.
Yep,
and
I agree.
He could have had option to do a 1 bank the next turn. But the fact is, where he is, that's not the best. There we go. Let's clear that.
I'm not familiar with TTS. Did we see a range on Suntir? Is he just out of range 3 of Merle?
Yeah, no, Suntir.
Oh no, he's got it.
The dice. He's got the dice.
So that should trigger out maneuver there.
That will be it. That will be 3 greens. 3 on 3. Now this Suntir does not have Predator, the stock standard. It just has outmaneuver. So we don't have any rerolls, and I mean, he does have access to the Force, to Palpatine. I don't know what is he going to use Palpatine?
see why you
No,
don't use
no.
Palpatine there.
That would have been just in case. I think it didn't matter. He had the evade, and there was no other shots.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah. Now, your other job for me today, Joe, is just keep an eye on the dice, but they've been removed. So it's okay. Okay. So, this is going to be the critical turn.
I agree.
Um,
I seem to be saying that a lot. That's okay though.
no. Sometimes
Those
it's just
A-wings are probably
Enough to-
going to have to take on Vermeil here. Merle has a chance to one right and boost and maybe try and block Soontir. He could turn in on Soontir and then accept the flank from the other ships.
I worry that the hard one would not clear. Like you wouldn't be able to boost after the hard one. You'd have to barrel roll boost to get it
Oh,
out
that's
to
right.
Soontir. Just with the hard one, which kind of leaves you very exposed. And then Darth Vader's almost certainly going straight because of the debris. With debris, like if it was a rock, I go, hey, Darth Vader could do a 3-bank or 3-turn afterburners, and then do the Darth Vader shenanigans, take a lock and focus. But he can't because it's debris. It will stress him out, and once he's stressed, he can't take actions. So just a little bit too fast for Vader, which means Darth Vader's probably going to go straight. Maybe even a 3 straight, so he can afterburners and do a bank on it. So that's kind of what I would predict for that. Soontir, I think, would either do a very fast straight, or a 3 turn through the debris field. The thing is, Poe's far enough back that Poe could turn to the right to try and kill Soontir. But I worry it's also going to leave him a little exposed to flanking from Darth Vader and from Meal. Meanwhile, where he's got 3 A-wings against Vermeil. So
Yeah, exactly.
hard to say. I think he needs to go in and nuke. The way that Joe has approached kind of tells me that he has to go in and try and nuke Vermeil off the board. What a rock's but an opportunity to prove your worth. Hey, yep, that's very true. Vader loves rocks
So
and
Vermeil-
gas whales. Yeah.
Vermeil's got 6 hit points there. Or sorry, 8 because of the 2 shields. With only 1 agility die. So those A-wing guns are pretty good against him.
Well, it's even better because if Merle gets a block, and that means, well, just gets a block because intimidation will check. It doesn't matter if he's in the bullseye. But if Merle can get the block, which is not going to be that hard considering where the paths are, then the intimidation will trigger and he's rolling 0 green dice. So he just needs to get decencies, especially if ZZ and Tally can get out in range 1. And Poe's also there as well with a double modded shot. 6 is 8. And then another 3 from Poe. That's 9 dice on 0 agility. Could kill him 1 turn.
I'm not sure that he's going to be able to get the block off, though, with the ailerons being able to give him a way out.
Well, the problem is the way out can only be straight or bank. So, as long as Merle does not go too fast, is what I think. If he tries to do a 5 straight focus boost, then the ailerons might just make him bump and then shoot over the top. I think the key here is probably doing like a 2 straight focus boost, and just giving that enough because he has to do ailerons. If he decides to do an aileron to the left and then go over the debris field, hey, that works for him. Because that means Vermeil is then out of the fight and stressed. So, yeah, we'll see.
It probably also means all the A-wings are out of position. I don't think that Poe can turn in after Soontir and expect to get a shot with Soontir's repositioning afterwards. There's the nice slow move.
Okay, he's not going to boost. I hope he's not going to boost. I would have liked to have done a little bit slower to boost, but he looks like he's trying to boost. Just try, yeah. He's having trouble doing the boost. Yeah, there we go. There we go. No. Okay, this is what I was worried about. I think he's going to go too fast.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think Vermeil, if he really wanted to, could do the aileron right and bump and then pass right by, or just go straight.
Yeah. And what's he actually got dialed in there? Oh.
Ooh, onto the debris.
Yeah, but this is still okay. This he doesn't want to, like, he's a pulp carrier. He's stressed,
That's
so
true.
you're not. He's not in the fight, so this is still I'd say a win for Joe because it's one less ship being able to shoot him.
Unfortunately, Joe's A-wings are going to be out of position for shots because Vader's not going to be there by the time.
Oh yeah. I think he's just more
he's-
getting ready because ZZ can turn in next turn. Moore, however, can't.
That's
and
true.
Again, this is where you're going just a little bit fast now. He can't turn into the debris for the next turn because the real one you want to get Moore working on is Suntir. Sure, Suntir, you
That's
can
right.
bump on my Merle, and yeah, you can get a free focus. But guess what? You're only rolling one green dice. That's what you want. Suntir just rolling a single green dice.
So Talison's going to be able to barrel. Nope. That was a boost.
I think he's going to boost, and I think because of overdrive Poe, he might want to boost first. Yeah, I think if you're going to, because I think he's not going to actually have shots. Oh no, he's doing a barrel roll, so he must have had wings closed.
Uh,
Oh, or no, he did a boost forward. Sorry, he did a boost forward. I just did two straight on the dial.
I'm just taking a closer look at Vermeil. He's going to have to go over the debris again next turn.
Mm. So there's Vader doing straight because unfortunately Reuben did go too fast. But then again, maybe Reuben was planning that and did not want to joust everything, which is also fair.
Maybe he was banking on Joe to turn in after Suntir.
Yeah.
As this looks set up to, if those A-wings had come in, both Vader and Vermeil would be in a nice spot to have flanked them.
Yeah, Darth Vader taking a lock on Poe. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with Man Flacker there. A pop of afterburners would have been a good. Because at the moment, right now, I know it's Vader. Maybe he's going to barrel.
Exactly, just to avoid any chance of getting hurt right now and give yourself a better chase position.
Oh yeah, no, he is doing barrel roll. Okay, I like that better. Okay, well, actually no, I don't because it again stops Vader from turning in. They're basically they're just kind of delaying the engagement. To be fair, Reuben is setting up his engagement, and there's Suntir. Suntir did the 5 straight.
Expect we'll see a boost at least.
Yeah. Hey, free shot.
I think you can barrel roll into range 2 of Poe and have outmaneuver kick in. Is that better than taking the focus?
Well, no, he already did a boost first, so he could only do a secondary position. So yeah, he does, and now he's stressed. He's hot on the heels of Poe. So he does have a mod though. He still has the Pelp.
That's true.
Mod. So let's just hope he can roll better. One looks like it's out of the box. So stream rolls is that one gets re-rolled. Oh, 2 hits, and then we're going to Pelp. Yeah, we're going to Pelp. Nice.
There's a die on the table over by Poe that I can't remove.
That's a sad Poe because that is one green die, which means it's a blank, which means no heroic because you must have 2. So
that's right.
That's 3 down on Poe.
1 more to half points.
The thing is, he's not even getting any shots. So this is a very tough. And this is actually one of the reasons I just want to talk about, like, because I've flown this kind of list a lot. It's one of the reasons why unless I'm flying against like a large base ship, like a Decimator or something, I don't fly these all together. Because if they avoid one arc, they've avoided all four, effectively. So that's why I like to come in from like I like to split them up into two sets of forces. Normally the 2-5 A-wings on one force, and Bluey and Poe as another force. But often Bluey and Poe will take a different flight route. Poe will be like.
I
going
think
up
the
side
two
of
A-wings
board.
should have split off to the right immediately, and the other gone to the left.
Yep, and then that would force Reuben to make a decision on which way he wants to go for. The good news, his aces get to move, after everyone has done, so they can make the choice. But once it will force Reuben to commit more to a pair of the stuff, and because then like if he commits to the 2-5s, they just can do 5 straight boost, get out of there, and then at least give Poe to start coming in from behind. So many stress tokens. Yes.
A lot of players have talked about wanting to be able to make a flank, but usually it's kind of surprising because the enemy chooses where the flank is by deciding where to commit.
That's correct. Yeah. But keeping them all together narrows a chance of it makes. I like to see it as if you have all your reposition ships going in from the same direction, it becomes a lot easier to predict, where they're going to go.
I think Tsukuda's got a real problem here with all those stress tokens. There's not a great way to turn back into the fight immediately, even though you've got the 2 greens on the A-wings.
No, they got 3 greens, but they've got the rear arcs. So we could you can see a couple of different things happening.
That's true. That's true.
We could see the 2-5s or even probably Merle is not in the great spot. I think Merle's got to just do a bank to get ready to go around that debris field. But the 2-5 A-wings could decide to turn in. But I think they're not going to get anything. Like Vader's going to not be there. Vermeer's going to be away. We've got to worry about Suntia. So the biggest probable thing they're going to do is they're probably just going to go straight, focus, and rotate. And so at least try to get shots back into Suntia. So if Suntia continues to chase, he's got to have a think about what mods he's going to spend on offense. Poe, however, may decide to just do a hard 2, keep the wings closed, take a focus and barrel roll wide. And
Put that R4 astromech to work.
Yeah, R4 will be hard too, but he can also do the two speed barrel roll to the right, which could put him in a good spot to block Suntia, which means Suntia no longer chases, and the A-wings can then have shots onto Suntia, range 2.
I haven't played a lot of games with the Resistance A-wings. I'm used to the Rebel A-wings. The ability to shoot out the back is pretty big.
Don't get me started. They're the best ship in the game. The Resistance A-wings are the best ship in the game. Oh, when I say that, I say it's the most fun to fly. People hate flying against them, but they're so good. They're so fun to fly. They always have options. So here we go. So he just went straight. Focus, rotate.
Yep.
This is a good call there by Joe, and this means that Suntia can't continue the chase. Not for free anyway.
Here comes the long barrel roll to the right.
Yeah,
I assume that's why we put the cloak token out.
I actually think he might even want to. I was going to say slam. What's he doing? Oh no, he's got to wait. No, for me. No, what are we doing? I'm not too sure where they're doing. How far on?
What just happened?
I am not too sure. Looks like he might have messed up the dial. He should be 2 straight. Yeah, that was the shot. That's where he was when he revealed the dial. And it looks like he had a 2 bank. Yep. Okay. So that's his move. Now I think he's getting ready for overdrop Poe. Hey. Just telling him.
All right, so here's our 2 bank again.
it. Okay. You're telling him to delete it, the cloak token, get a new one. Yeah. You're telling him that you can just use a dial if it's a boost. I only use the decloak token for barrel rolls. Because I think it's just easier to reset the dial. So yeah, Poe's continued running. It's just going to be Sunchi now because Vader's just out there. So this is where the A-wings have a advantage against Suntir. He can't continue chasing, and the good thing is they've got focus. Outmaneuver won't work. Realistically, Suntir's going to shoot Poe. He does have the bullseye. One of the cool things is he has a bullseye right now on Poe, or on a ship. He can just evade, get a free focus, and see what he gets, and shoot at Poe. And he will still be hard to hit with a focus evade with two sets of 2 red dice coming in at him.
Yep, and Palpatine is still in play.
Correct. Palpatine, 3 tokens for defense. But at least it will then give pressure to Reuben. You can't just let Sunchi keep on shooting you for nothing. So also, just what's he going to do? He's taking the evade. There's the evade. I think that's the correct decision. I think just take the evade and sit there. No amount of repositions, because I think that's range 2 from Pink is Tally.
That's definitely. Yep.
So he gets his focus. Yeah, that's fine. And he looks like he's going to continue shooting at Poe.
That makes sense. 1 more damage for half points.
Well,
and you want to remove Poe as soon as you remove Poe.
Absolutely.
And you have all 3 of your ships, you're in pretty good position.
Hit crit, I'd be happy with that. You know, if it was standard Predator, but Poe is going to be range 3, but he does get the 2 greens. Oh. And this is actually why I would have considered using Black 1 this turn and doing a boost rather than taking a focus and just do the boost.
Boost and slam.
No, I would have actually
slammed
then boost, but because it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But I would have because slam would only boost would have only been 1 straight. If you did slam, you would have done 2, and then you would have done a 2-speed boost. So you would have been well out of that arc.
Well, your slam would have been increased by 1 speed.
Well, yeah, but you could. I guess you could do a 3 bank. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't matter. But the idea was to move 4 templates out of there and get out of there.
Exactly.
I think you spend the focus, or you spend Palpatine. No, you don't need anything. Actually, what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Hit crit into 2 evades. Don't need anything. What was the crit on Poe? Sorry, very good question.
It was stun pilot. Find that.
Stun pilot.
Yep. At least Poe's position right now shouldn't need to worry too much about stun pilot.
Well, Poe's now
later on
tough spot because next time Sunti can continue going fast, and the A-wings have rear arc, but Poe's basically just being there to be shot.
Yeah,
he's not getting any shots in return. We might see Mel decide to do a turn in here in this turn because Vader's out. Vader right now is out of the fight. Sorry, Vader is out of the fight this turn. Vermeil is also out of the fight. The only one that you got to really worry about is Suntia. So this is where I was talking about the turn before. If you had done a hard turn and barrel roll to the right, you would have been able to block Suntia, his continued flank. And then you would also then be on the position there to start getting onto Vermeil. But mind you, Vader's not where I thought Vader. I thought would be ready to turn into Poe, but you know, it is what it is. Poe really has to consider just using the black one and putting some distance in from Suntir.
If you are Reuben, do you consider that the enemy is considering doing that, or do you just commit to Poe anyway? I think you stay on Poe.
Well, if you get Poe off the board, you almost won the game. Just because they don't have enough firepower with your aces, both of them on 3 greens, and unless you do something silly and just run into Merle, you're going to be laughing. They're going to be very hard to push through damage.
I wonder if Joe's nerves got to him a little bit. He was talking about not being too happy with the matchup before the game.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I get the feeling from that. It is a tough matchup. You got 2 6s with 3 agility ships, and they're hard to catch. But I still think the A-Wings gives you a lot more options than you think. And you've really just got to create zones where those aces, if they go in to try and get a shot off, going to have return fire coming back. Vader's actually the one that I fear most, because Vader's 3 force means he can shoot and shoot and shoot, and he dodges everything. Suntir at the very least has only 3 hull, and he can take the focus of Vader if he gets the bullseye lined up. But at least you just get 1 or 2 damage in. He starts having to think his life choices. Vader could take a couple of shield and go, hey, I'm still fine. So here's a hard turn there for Merle. Looks like he's taking the Vader. Well, I'm hoping he's going to boost to the right. Yeah, I like that.
Suntir's also vulnerable to the random lucky shot.
That's correct, yeah. The thing is, Vader, you've tried to block Vader to turn off the target lock focus shenanigans, right? You can't turn off the force, but you can turn off the target lock, which means his big guns don't hurt as much. Suntir's still got the 3 dice gun. You bump him, and sometimes he still gets a focus. So he's really annoying to put down. I like this, TMT. You must shoot Suntir behind the rock at range 3 to kill him. I totally get that, because that's the best time to shoot my A-Wings. They will roll 4 blanks and a focus at range 3 behind the rock.
At 2015 Nationals, I had a Z95 with no mods fire at my focused Suntir behind a rock at range 3, and it killed him with a direct hit.
Oh, that is how my tally died to Finn at the System Open. Like, it was like game 3. I had lost a shield on Tally, but she was focused with 1 shield, 2 hull, at range 3 behind a rock. And Finn, with the hyper accurate Finn, rolls crit focus. He adds the Finn focus, or add the Finn Blake, I can't remember. Spends the mods. Hit crit coming through. Tally rolls 4 blanks in a focus. Hit goes on the shield, crit into direct hit, and just dies. I was like, ugh. So yeah, I get that. It's the best time. And then funny thing is, I was cursed with my A-Wings taking damage at range 3 behind a rock for about 9 months, every single shot after that System Open. For about 9 months it held in true. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it. That is the best time.
Oh, Suntir can move up here pretty easily.
So it looks like Poe's continue to run. And I do worry, though, that if Suntir does like a 5 straight... Well, okay, good. That's going to get him away. So it looks like, yeah, he's doing the slam.
I'd almost like to see Suntir just do a slower move here and wipe out the red A-Wing.
And that red one is ZZ. So it looks like... Did ZZ bump? It did. Yeah, ZZ bumped into Tally. Oof. So yeah, Suntir did do the 5 straight. At least he can't catch Poe. I really would have liked to have seen Poe do that slam last turn.
Yeah. Well, I would have liked to have
like.
seen the A-wings go slower in the beginning opening.
Yeah, yeah.
I find that your initial line of attack really determines, especially by around turn 2 or 3, where your ships are going, and that has a massive effect on
Correct.
later in the game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I-
Initial
I'm a
engagement is
big
so
fan
important.
of I'm a big fan of going quite slow at the beginning of the match to try and really determine where the enemy's going to commit. I used
Yeah.
to play a lot of the old shuttle and bumping.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I know. I get that. And then you bump first turn, then you stop, and then you bump then you do one straight, and you've like moved, just off the corner, for a bit.
They've moved to a point where you can kind of figure out, okay, they're going to commit to this direction.
That's correct. Yeah. And Joe made it very obvious from the start that he was coming up. Let me see if I got the jewelry thingy working. He made it very obvious that he was coming up this side of the board. Right after the first turn, he did have options. Like when he approached here, the problem he had when he was in this area here was he didn't leave himself enough room to give the option of turning in, which basically dictated that he was going to be continuing on this flight path over this way. I would have really liked to have seen like the setup we were talking about, Poe being at the front. He could have had the option of turning the A-wings this way and Poe continuing straight, and then that means when he could have come in and created like a sandwich, depending on which way he wanted to go, or the A-wings could have also continued straight up the board. I got more
Hit
shots.
crit.
Suntier is continuing to put pressure on Poe. Hey, he got the evade, just one crit, and the crit is. It's a loose stabilizer. Oh, you do not want that. You do not want that. You can still go straight though. Yeah, he slammed away this turn. TMT, he did slam this turn. I just think he should have slammed a turn earlier. This turn it just
If he had slammed earlier, he could have come up towards Vader through the rocks.
Exactly.
And Soontir would have had to have turned in towards where those A-wings are now, staying in their guns. It would have been better to have slammed a turn earlier.
Yeah. Oh no, he's got pelt. He's got pelt.
Yep.
That feels bad. Basically, so far this game has been Famil, taking stress and flying away and carrying Emperor Palpatine to safety. Vader going, hey, check out my full K back here on the other side of the board. He's taken a lock and had just flown away, no shots, hanging back
this
there.
Is kind of been our team scared your team, and now it's the Soontir show.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Soontir's just been going, I'm just going to continue, plinging away at Poe. So.
And Poe can't slam again, and he doesn't really want to turn, but he needs to.
Yeah, well, the Vader, someone said Tim says he's going to kill Vader. I don't necessarily know Vader's going to be able to kill Poe. He can do, I think, a 1 bank or 2 bank to clear the stress and maybe do a barrel roll focus. Poe does have the option of still doing a 3 straight, focus into 2 bank boost, which might be able to get him out of arc for Vader. I don't know. That's going to be close.
Do you do the focus in the bank, or do you assume that you can get away with clearing loose stabilizer and then do the bank?
No, well, the bank is from the boost. It won't trigger loose stabilizer.
Right, but you have to worry about what you can do next turn, because you'll be then banked and in the same position where you're going to want to go straight.
I worry that he's not going to get... yeah.
There's a good chance Soontir can just stay behind Poe.
Yeah, we can probably see a 2 bank from Soontir this turn. The good news is he does have Tally, can be in a position to block Soontir doing a 2 bank. If Soontir continues to just do straight and then boost, he's not going to get shots on Poe. Soontir could also just do a hard turn and barrel roll, but if I was Joe, I'd be looking at doing a 2-turn to block both those options from Suntir, force Suntir to go straight. And that's the thing. When you have 4 ships, you have Poe and the 3 A wings. You got to try and use the A wings to set up the blocks, so that Poe and the remainder ships can get the shots.
That's why it's really important to split them up in the beginning, because if they're all together, trying to get the blocks becomes that much harder.
Exactly. Now, full credit to Joe. Joe did say he hasn't played this list yet. This is the first time him from playing from the Singapore League. It's not an easy list to pick up, just because of the way it plays. So I was talking with Corey, the guy who was on commentary last game, about Poe in 3As. Even though it seems similar to 5A wings, for example, it flies completely different, because you got to get 80 points out of Poe. And good value, so you always want to get quality shots. And the 3A wings are more like the 3A wings are a little bit more like distraction / setting up scenarios and blocks and kill boxes that Poe can herd enemies into. It flies different with the 5As, because the 5As can just go, let's go shoot the ship, all focus on that ship, and then, hey, let's go faster, and let's switch another ship, and then jump around, and they tickle you to death. Whereas Poe and 3As, you really are more trying to get a good concentration of quality shots with Poe. I mean, the other way I fly Poe and 3As is I like to have Poe completely separate from the 3As and go, okay, you want to kill Poe? You have to commit to chasing Poe, and then you ignore the 3As. And then they actually do all of the grunt work. So it's good to see that Joe has done the 2-bank, I think it was 2-turn from Tally, it looks like, to block Suntir. If he decides to turn in. Poe is continue running. Yeah, so
ZZ's put her arc forward as well.
Oh, I like that. The thing is, that 3 straight does not give many options to Poe. He looks like he's fixing loose stabilizer.
Okay, so he's going to go with the loose stabilizer and then probably the 2-bank.
No, he's taking focus, because Darth Vader's going to shoot.
You could probably also have done a 2-barrel roll left. Yep. No, see, I was kind of expecting Vader due to the forward. Vader probably should have banked in because of Poe, but
Vader's also got a lock on Poe, and yes, I expected to do a 2-bank from Vader. He's popping afterburners.
Afterburners, that looks like it will get Poe in arc there. Yeah, Poe's definitely in arc.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking you continue straight and then do the bank boost. I mean, I would have thought Vader would have done 2-bank and still had shots, but he went 3 straight. Oh.
This is where all those extra points on heroic for the A-wings, well, it is a very good card for those A-wings. In this list, I think you probably want to be able to give Poe a bit more of a bid just for this kind of match.
Well, I found that with Intimidation Merle and the Overdrive thrusters on Poe, if you're taking those 2 5s, it's going to be very, like, you can drop an Advanced Optics, but you still, that's basically it. You can drop an Advanced Optics. Maybe drop Merle with Heroic. You can take a bigger bid, but you start sacrificing too much firepower.
Yeah.
Now, it looks like Tally's also... Tally has the arc at the back, facing the back.
Yeah, Tally still has her arc facing rear.
So Poe
I think he did that so that he can do a turnaround with Tally. I'm not... Do they have Talon rolls or sloops? Because Tally is not stressed, so she should be able to come back in chasing.
Yes. So Darth Vader's going on to Poe. I actually would think the reason he kept the arc at the back is in case Sun-Chi decided to turn in. But he had that move blocked, so I think it would have been smarter to turn the arc to the front. Mind you, Tally does not have shots anyway, so... Spending the lock for Poe. Can he kill Poe? Oh, and using the focus or the force, I think. No, he had focus because that was his action. And that's dead Poe. Oh, that is rough. Direct
So I
hit
think,
too, and power disable regulator. It's
now
Poe
Joe has a
going
huge
out
mountain to
with a-
climb.
Yeah. He did fix the stabilizer, but yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Poe died without getting a single shot. Hey, this is where ZZ rolls double crit. Oh, 2 hit, 3 blanks. We'll see 3 blanks on Frontier. Damn it.
Nice.
He has Palp. Yep. No damage.
Maybe we'll see a miracle shot against Vader. A little bit of shield damage. Nope.
He do have optics. Yeah, there we go. So he's switching it to optics. And
That's one shield, isn't it?
he should be rolling 2 extra because of range.
4,
and obstructed.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, he should be rolling 2 extra. Here we go. Will they be blank as well? No?
And there it is.
It's fine. So 78 point Poe. Gone without a shot. That is rough. Hey Merle, here we go. This is gonna be the kill shot. Hit crit into direct hit. Oh,
There's the crit. Oh,
Oh, I crit. Is it a direct hit?
what is the crit? What is it?
It's direct hit. What the Oh,
Always those range 3 shots.
Hey, and it's also the initiative 1. I just want to point out it's the initiative 1 A-wing that does it.
Yeah. Well, that does put some points on the board for Joe, because now you've
It
got
does.
half a Soontir.
Hopefully they will lift it off his spirit a little bit too. You just got to keep throwing dice at Soontir and cursing him.
So Soontir this build is 60 points, I think, so that gives him 30. So 48 points. Yeah,
He's got to. Well, this is where he's got to go.
Vader's what, 75? I think your best shot at winning if you're Joe is finishing Soontir and then getting half points on Vermeil.
Yeah.
Because those A-Wings should be able to do that a lot better than trying to get damage on Vader.
Oh, yeah. This is exactly how I would actually approach this list. Is I'd kill Vermeil and Vader. Sorry, kill Vermeil and Soontir. Would be my 2 targets. Vader sometimes, unless you get a beautiful kill box where you get a bump. If I can get Merle to get a bump on Vader, then I might seriously consider shooting Vader, because having Vader with 3 force means nothing if he's only rolling 1 green.
Fortunately, I think the position that the Empire has here is just really good, because Vader can pull into the right. He knows that those A-Wings have to get a target, so they're probably going to chase Soontir, which is just going to put him in Vader's arc.
Yeah. And I would have liked to see Mel turn into between those rocks and try to block Vader's way, but I don't think it's Hard 2 is going to fit where ZZ is. ZZ's blocking the Hard 2.
That's right.
Tally does have the arc at the rear, so you could see a Hard 1. Might see a Hard 1 focus rotate. You might see... yeah.
I don't know enough about the...
Okay.
Well, I don't know enough about the players. Is Soontir... I would assume you're going to try and run and just keep Soontir out of the fight.
Yeah. Soontir now, and Soontir with that direct hit, Soontir is going, okay, I'm going to... Also, where the A-Wings are to give chase, Soontir doesn't want to be there. So Soontir is going to put some distance in, for sure. I think we'll see a 2-bank, depending where the A-Wings go, doing a 2-bank. The good thing is the A-Wings aren't in a good position to chase Soontir, actually.
That's right.
Just where that rock is, they just do not have a lot of options. not without exposing him to Darth Vader. And Darth Vader loves A-Wings because he's a crit magnet. If he gets in range 1, that's 4 dice with fire control, and he just watches them die. Vader pops the A-Wings. It's Joe is definitely in a bad position at this turn.
I also haven't seen a lot of green tokens on those A-Wings because of the repositioning they've been doing.
Yeah, well, it's more of that turn, the 2 turns before they did the bump. Tally did have they all had focus tokens last turn. It looks like they're ready. Yep, okay. And Merle is doing hard too. He's going to be turn. I think he's just going to focus rotate. I'm pretty sure hard 2 is going to fit next turn. We're not going to see an A-Wing fly off the board.
Rear arc.
Is he switching to rear arc? He's not. I think he might
Looks
be
like
trying
he's
to.
gonna disengage to re-engage, assuming that the other player
Yeah.
thinks he's gonna go after Soontir, and probably Vader's gonna turn to the right here.
Well, Vader could still just do like a 2 straight and then barrel
That's
roll
true.
based off which way that he goes, keeping his options open.
Yeah, you've got
Yeah.
afterburners, so you could totally
In-
decide which way you need to turn.
Yeah, but you need to use afterburners at doing a 3 straight, and I think that 3 straight will put him on the rock.
I'm not quite used to the tabletop simulator view. This is my first time, like, really in tabletop.
That's fine. That's fine. You're doing fine, man. I got you. It's just good to have another voice to bounce around ideas. So yeah, it looks like he's going full on for the disengage and focus and rotate. I think the reason why Merle did not decide to rotate his arc is because he's worried that a 2 turn is going to fly him off the board. So he wants to have the option for 1 turn. I think a 2 turn will be fine. I think, but I have been known to fly A-Wings off the board, so don't, I am bad at X-Wing, so
Pretty sure a 2-turn will fit there, given the size of his base.
yeah.
He's about range 1 from the edge, I think.
He is range 1 from the edge. He's about two ship bases away from the edge. I'm pretty sure hard to refer.
Yep.
But then again, he might have other plans. He might have other plans for Bluey.
This does mean that Soontir doesn't have to use too much effort on repositioning now. Probably just enough to get out of... is that Tally? The red one. ZZ?
ZZ.
Tally.
Yeah, I think we'll just see evade and barrel. Yep.
I'm kind
He'll
of
have
surprised you
access-
evaded. You could have
Yeah,
just
because-
barrel rolled out.
I think he's just worried
Or is
about
that
one
not
straight.
far enough?
Or maybe he doesn't want to distress. Oh, we have a 2 turn. No, 3 bank by Vader.
Nice. So he saw the disengage coming.
It could be, or he could just knew that Merle did not have any good options, and so that he could have. The way I see it is that if Tally and ZZ had continued chasing Soontir, that's fine. Vader's now coming up behind him. And where Vermeil is, between Vermeil coming up and
Yeah,
Vader
Vermeil has
committing his
the other.
yeah, he could have created a sandwich. So I do like that. That's a good move from Reuben. He's taking a lock. Oh, here's the thing. I think Merle is in Darth Vader's bullseye.
Yes.
So let's
We
just quickly
can-
pop this down. What does that mean? That means that Vader's going to be rolling 1 less green die.
That's right.
So who did he take? He take a lock on. Which ship did Vader take a lock on? He took it. Oh, it looks like he took a lock on Tally. Interesting. I guess Tally did not have any defense mods, did not take a focus, so there we go. 2 hits, and he's just 1 crit.
Looks
Spend
like
force.
there's a focus token near. Oh, that's ZZ. Yeah, Tally's.
Yeah.
That's why. All right.
Yeah, Tally's that. Oh, 1 shield. She got off lightly. There we go, range 2. Into Vader. Which one are you taking? Go for Vader.
This is where Merrill comes in, right?
It depends it depends on who you're shooting. Heroic! I would do a redeem heroic, but the bot's not working. Spend the focus. Who's he shooting? Oh. Alright, we'll hit him up on that. Just make a note that if that was shooting Vader, that he might decide to shoot Suntir. But that would have triggered Mel's ability. Now Suntir can just do a hard one this following turn. Continue the trace. And the A-wings are in the corner. The good news is Mel, being the blue A-wing, is now in the front. So if they continue to run down the board and using the rear arcs to shoot, at least blue is now ahead. And Vader still has 1 charge of afterburners. Definitely, I'll say this, Reuben has been a very cautious and conservative play that has led him into this continued harassment of the A-wings. With Sunti just doing all the work at the start, the first half of the game. The other 2 ships just chilling. So
they're setting dials. Did Vader use 2 force, or have they just not repaired the 1 force he used?
No, he did. He used 2 force before. So, can I get you just to move the dice from the dice box, please? It looks like they're still in there. And they got the right order this time. Vermeil. Oof. And that's not a bump. He did not bump. Look at that. Oh, just by a mil. That's nice flying, Reuben. Nice flying. Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
I finally figured out how to pick a color.
There you go. You got it. This has been a rough match for Joe. Now I think you almost have to focus boost away and use the rear. There we go. Yep. So he's making use of the rear arcs. Focus rotate. And Vader still has the target lock on Tali there. It's a hard one by Suntir. He can just focus and barrel roll, or he can barrel roll boost, depending on if he does the barrel roll. Just be careful. You've got green hands, so they can see you. So you might want to change back to spectator. Yeah.
How do I do that?
Just say you change color before the first time.
I clicked on a ball that was on the field. I don't see those anymore.
In the top right of the screen, where your name is, click on your name in the top right of the screen, and then change color. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because they can see your hand. You just got to be careful. There we go.
Prevent my cat from sitting on my keyboard.
Blowing my wings up. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think an A-wing's going to go pop this turn. It breaks my heart. It really does.
Outmaneuver Soontir is pretty good against A-wings.
Oh yeah, and look at this. He's going to have bullseye too. He's going to get that focus. Vader's just going to go, you know what? I'll take a focus and, you know, here's 6 dice. You try and dodge this. You could potentially
So I wonder
too.
Wonder
But
what
I
the
think
chat
we'll just-
thinks. Do you think that Vermeil is going to actually get a shot in this game, or are the Soontir and Vader going to clean everything up before Vermeil can engage?
I think Vermeil's just happy to chill. He's just at the back there going, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Palpatine?
Yeah, he's a nice fast palp carrier.
Oh yeah. No predator outmaneuver, but it is 2 greens. Oh, do you spend it? I think you spend it. Yeah.
Staying alive.
It's okay, Tally. It's okay, Tally. You're going to roll 3 natty evades against Vader's shot. Here we go. This is one that's going to hurt. You be sure there's going to be crit. Oh, who needs mods? Hey, on the upside, as you get 3 greens, you're going to get 3 squiggles. Come on, take my energy. Just show some disrespect. Oh, 2. Hit crit. Hit crit going into Tally. What's going to be the crit? Damage sensor array.
It's not good.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be direct hit.
Oh, that's right. 2.0, you can still focus with that.
Yeah, it's basically you can only focus. So the A-wings can't boost. They can't rotate the arc. They can move, fix damage sensor rate, and then boost after it. Vader's just going to go, yeah, no, I'm fine. Oh, who was that on?
Double
Was that on
crits.
Vader? I think that's on Vader. Yeah, because he didn't
Yeah,
didn't need to
it's
spend any
only
mods.
3 dice.
Yeah. And this is why you want Poe in there. You need Poe with doing the big hits. The 3 agility ships, they struggle against the A-wings. The A-wings do struggle against 3 agility ships. And that's why Merle is so good. I actually think one of the reasons why Merle was priced as it was to give Resistance a little bit of leeway with those 3 agility ships. So the A-wings can do more work. But not only that, I also found it's really good as a counter to Seer Swarms and the crack shots. And so the stuff like
Yeah,
Seer
stuff that
Swarms
wants
last
a
year,
bullseye.
yeah, Seer Swarms want the bullseye. So if they start getting bullseye on Mel, well then those droids are going to be rolling on the screen. But it has a potential to be so good. Getting the block with Mel can be game changing, which can happen this turn because Mel can do a hard 2 focus boost. Tully could potentially do a hard 2, fix the damage sensor and rotate. We're going to leave herself exposed. I think we could probably see a 4K from Darth Vader this turn or a Talon roll. I would say probably a 4K if anything. Mel might be able to just yeah, if Tally does a hard 2, they might be able to get a block on soon too. Very hard to say. And ZZ is probably likely just to do a 2 bank and focus and just create that multiple arcs. So like
Too hard is probably pretty good.
too hard with
Tally.
Yeah. Then hey, Vermeil might mop up Tally.
It's also true.
Yeah. We might be wrong. Maybe Vermeil will get a shot. There's too hard. Yeah, focus boost. Do it. Focus boost.
If you block Soontir, you might be able to kill him here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just Soontir is one of the hardest ones that even if you do get the block on, normally it gets the focus. So Merle is a real good counter Soontir. He's going for the boost. There we go. Yep. As TMT says, A-Wings need to concentrate fire. Well, TMT, that's actually the golden rule of X-Wing. Focus fire. Focus fire is the golden rule. You want to shoot everything. That's why the, the automated targeted protocol priority, ATP, that's been just come out, the 1-point tech upgrade for the A-Wings. Some people are raving about it. I have yet to actually try it. I did actually try. I did want to put it on my Merle to try it out. I haven't actually seen if it's any good or not. But it's one of the things that because it chooses your target for you. Sometimes you can't do the focus firing, which is bad.
That 2
It's
actually is pretty good with Vermeil's precision. I think the 2 gets out of arc of Vermeil.
Yeah.
And gives you a shot on Vermeil and possibly blocks Soontir.
Yeah, the problem is the damage sensor rate does limit Tally. He's just doing straight.
Now, if Vader does a K-turn here, that's...
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was expecting to do. The thing is, with the damage sensor array, all you can do is focus. Or you can fix it and then try to change your arc. Just focusing, yep. Oh, what did so Darth Vader did a 1 straight. Landed on Merle. Now, just for clarification. Oh, so now this is...
Yeah,
so
that's in arc.
It's in arc. That's fine, but Vader does not have Merle in bullseye. That's what I wanted to check for. So
yeah,
Soontir's getting a shot. So if Tally had done that hard too, just saying, Tally had done the hard too, would have avoided Soontir. There is one thing though. I think Soontir is in Merle's bullseye. So
yes. I don't think that. If
Joe remembers Merle's ability, potential. Well, I think ZZ is out of range, so Merle will have a good shot on Soontir. 2 hits. Spending the force for 3.
I don't think ZZ's ability helps Merle.
Tally's ZZ can't help.
Tally's ability. No.
Yeah, Tally needs a bullseye. So there's a lot of abilities there that now have bullseye, and Tally's ability requires bullseye. So Tally's gone. The upside is Vader doesn't get to shoot Tally.
Oh, Vader could shoot Tally because Tally shouldn't be removed until Vader is fired.
So ZZ does get a intimidated Vader at range 3, so he's still going to be rolling 3. He does not have the bullseye. He did remember. Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, Soontir's not in Merle's bullseye. Yep. So Vader's only going to be rolling the 3 greens because of intimidation.
Merle's
Got 2.
nubs were in, but I'm guessing nubs don't count on
Yeah.
TTS.
Well, no, nubs don't count for measuring. The only time nubs count is when they're moving.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and causing bumps, basically. Yeah, moving. So Vader
Yeah,
dodges
that's-
that with the Force.
Literally just a millimeter out of the bullseye.
Yeah, I think you go for the range 1.
Maybe
now,
2.
Cynthia. Now no optics, just the 2. Oh, disrespectful. Frontier rolling, just enough evades. Yeah, ATP I think is good for the calculator. Don't get me wrong, I think it's good. I think it's good. I just, the downside is the target priority can affect that. I want to try it try it on Mel. Because he engages last, so he can spend the focus on defense and then use calculator as offense. Oh, since he had the evade as well, did he? Of course. And then there were 2.
How much time is left? I can't see a timer. Oh, there it is. It's on the side. 4
That's right,
minutes.
4 minutes is what we've got to.
So this is probably the last round.
Probably. Yeah,
One
this has
last
been
chance to snuff out Soontir and get some more points before you
So
cash
this is
in.
this is not an easy list to fly. When I say I'm saying on Joe sides, Reuben's been really well with the aces, and he's flying them very, very conservatively in the first half of the game. He flew really well, and just kept the pressure on Poe. Just kept on shooting. So now this is normally if this was just a regular exhibition max, probably Joe would have conceded by now. Because MOV matters for the Singapore League, so he's playing it out. It is a very tough matchup. I think Mel's just going to do a heart 2. Tally's now. See, now this is where ZZ. Okay, let's talk about A-wings, and I actually talked to TMT about it before too. Is that if you rely on your rear arc too long, you keep on running, and eventually you can run too far that you're out of the fight. This turn, I think ZZ is going to be struggling to get shots because she's run too far, which now leaves Merle all alone. Oh, conserve
Merle's,
points. I like that.
Maybe get a parting shot.
Hold on, I'm getting some feedback. Let me just check Discord. Can I get a sound test 1, 2?
Sound test 1, 2.
Oh, that's working. Okay. There we go. All right, back to the game of hand. So I heard echo there from you.
Vermeil's got a
Yeah, 2 straight.
possible shot. No, I don't know. It's going to be close.
Oh, let's have a look. I'll bring in the magnifying glass. Oh, I think Vermeil's got a shot. I think we range 2, but I'll have a shot. ZZ says, goodbye. And with that, there's 3 left turn from Vader. Vader can do the afterburners. Do it.
Yeah, probably do at this point.
Do it. Yeah, do it. The question is, do you do a bank? No, you do it straight. Straight afterburners.
Yeah.
He can't get any more
Well,
points than Vader. Yeah, here we go.
if you want to get closer, you could use the force and you do the bank and then the barrel roll.
Yeah, you did the bank. I think I was just done straight. Like, you sure you can do the force for barrel roll, but now I think you still. Yeah, you might not get arc.
Yeah, I would have banked the other way for the barrel roll. Bank to the right and then barrel roll left.
To right barrel roll. Yeah, I could see that. I think even that could have been giving him no arc because of the angle. It's got lock. Spinning the force. And there's a barrel roll.
And now you've got your arc back.
Oh yeah, he's got the arc now. Which is probably slightly better because I think you've got a range 2 now. See, I told you guys I'm bad at X-Wing. I know nothing. Oh, what do you do, Cynthia? Do you evade and boost? Risk your possible destruction. Oh, excuse me. Boosting.
Does a barrel roll give you bullseye there?
Yeah, possibly.
And there's your focus.
Nope.
Nope. Too far out.
This is where we're going to see soon to go pop. No, he could have also done. He could have done a barrel into focus. I think it's focus into barrel. Yeah, because Vader's stressed, so that's why he's only used one force. He did afterburners, and then he did target lock, and then linked that into focus barrel roll. So he'd only used one force. Vader, fire control, and then a crit. All good. Oh, you spend the focus evade to take no damage. Or
Yep.
you just spend you spend the evade, take the 1 damage, because you're not giving up points. And then you have your
And
focus
then shoot
attack.
back with the focus.
Yeah, maybe on Suntik because the only chance of getting points. Which is what he's done. Yeah, go for your Suntir. Kill Suntir. He deserves it. All the mean things he did to Poe. Optics. There we go. Oh, he's spent the force.
Palpatine.
Palpatine. This is why I say A-Wings have heroic, because you don't have access to force like that. That is so good. Oh, I was wrong. See, there you go. I was wrong. Vermeil did not have arc on Merle.
Yeah, it was really close. So Vermeil had no shots this game.
Oh, we're going to see damage. I think Merle's going to get some damage in. None that's going to matter. 3 damage.
Yeah, those A-Wings really needed to come in on Vermeil earlier. They went too fast in the beginning, and I think that was the beginning of the downfall.
Yeah. No, well, that's what I'm saying. With the Vermeil should have been the target, because Suntir and having access to that force is so frustrating. All right, let's pull them in. Let's pull them in. There we go. Welcome back, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
That was very, very rough, Joe. Very, very rough.
Well, that's my first time playing the list. That's what I get, man.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Joe, have you played 5 A-Wing lists before?
that's I'm used to flying A's. I feel very comfortable with them, but Poe not so much.
Yeah,
And so
it is a different list.
it
5A
is,
wings is
yeah,
completely different from Poe.
yeah. And I didn't expect Reuben to be so smart, and he played very well. And
Yeah.
showed
Smart and
showed the
handsome. I just want to add smart and handsome.
okay, yeah,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
showed the power of Soontir Fell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was I totally let him flank me. It was horrible.
yeah. Yeah. Cynthia was just like, "Hey guys, what are you doing, Vader? What are you doing for meal?" They're just chilling out on the other side of the map, going, "You got this,
Oh
Cynthia."
my
Yeah.
God, Vermeil was on a
Yeah.
holiday, like just taking a vacation. No work, don't need to bother.
Right off,
Teleconference once in a while. Like, oh yeah,
He,
yeah,
right
he,
onto,
you need something over there, Sunta? Yep, I got you.
he
and
was
then
too
what?
busy taking care of Palpatine's needs.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny thing. It was right until Cynthia took that direct hit out of range
Oh
3.
man, that direct hit. Oh.
I was like, Joe, you needed that.
Yeah.
You needed that. Yeah.
I needed something. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much to say other than I think I played pretty bad.
It's
And
okay. It's okay. So this is not a list
yeah.
that's easy to pick up.
Mm.
Yeah, I
So-
know. I thought I would give this Poe a try. It looked like fun, and turns out you should probably practice a little bit
Yeah.
before you
The
can learn what you can do.
I've had a couple of reps with the list. Overdrive Poe is quite fun, but you can only run Poe for so long.
Yes.
Yeah. I should have planned on turning him in
And you
Yeah.
can't
a
like
lot
even
earlier.
like Poe might be the fastest pilot in the galaxy right now, but Sunta is the second fastest.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I almost turned in on Fell there before the first engagement, and that would have been the move to make. I think
Yeah.
I did not expect you to get out of my arcs with Vermeil so easily. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. That 3 bank was that was the move of the game. I think, man.
Mm.
Yeah. The Fell was nice, but that 3 bank early on, it kept him out of the match.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter.
It would have been fine if you didn't block the ailerons with Merle, because I would not have gone over the debris, and I
Mhm.
would have been able to sloop the next turn, and that was the
Mm.
plan.
Mm.
But
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, then I would be behind you with Vermeil and Sunta. Yeah, but the
So-
debris, oh my goodness, just kept me out of the game.
Yeah. I just want to ask, how does Vermeil feel about not shooting anything the whole game?
Vermeil's fine. As you can tell, Sunta and Vader does a lot of work. In fact, Vermeil's job is to die eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Palpatine was pretty good for Soontir throughout the
Yeah.
game too.
Yeah.
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 So it allowed me
Made
to
them.
be a bit more risky with Sunta, which I like to do once in a while. I like taking a few risks here and there. So Palpatine just gives me that a bit of leeway. Yeah. So Vermeil doesn't really care. If Vermeil got caught there where Joe turned in, I'll be like, whatever, fine. Like Vermeil's gonna shoot 4 dice at someone.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good. It was a good game. It was a good game. A little bit one-sided. And Joe, I know you said, I gotta say, like, I know you think this is a tough matchup for you, and I do. It's a hard matchup, but I do think that though you do have the tools to engage that if you engage it a little bit more properly. We've talked about it while you guys are playing, and it'd be worth just having a listen, getting some feedback because, yeah, it's hard. And trust me, I get it. Like, you've got to kill Stringent, you've got to get Vermeil, and you just got to stay away from Vader. But it is not an unwinnable match.
Yeah. No, I've done it with the A's a lot, and you just have to get the blocks off. And I
Yeah.
just engaged in such a way to not.
Yeah,
I just took that out of the game for Reuben.
That's right,
and
yeah.
made it a
Yeah,
lot
well,
easier for him. Yeah.
it's great that you realise automatically where the mistake was. So you're going to be ready to go for your
Yeah.
next match.
I'm ready. Need
Yeah.
to redeem myself. Yeah. Yeah. No,
All
I
right, well,
realized as soon as that first turn around the corner, it was bad news.
We were talking there at the corner too that you probably should have overdrived Poe one turn earlier.
I was going to slamming. I was saying slam
Yep.
around the corner and
Yep.
then overdrive out,
Yep.
out of there, and just get the real big distance. And
Yep.
Shunchi then has to start debating whether or not to get in closer with the A-wings at the rear. But realistically, I would have said you probably wanted a Poe coming in from a different angle to the A-wings anyway, like from the get-go.
Yeah.
But anyway, we won't go over the whole breakup. Well, because it is getting late, and you did say you were a bit tired. I do want to give you an option for a shout out again to those people in Tokyo or to whoever you would like.
Yeah, I just want to shout out anyone who plays X-Wing in Japan. We need more players, so come on out and play.
That's for sure. I can second that.
Yeah, look me up in Tokyo. I'm not hard to find.
We still have players scattered, and hopefully we can get everybody organized.
Let's do it.
Well, I'll just actually say, because we're going to organise something hopefully next month, December, a day event, and Tokyo is only 1 hour difference from Australia. If you can find more players in Japan that could get on TTS and join us for that event, I'd love to have more international players playing on Australian time zone. There's been a lot of American events recently. And the time zones are really tiring. But we're going to have a day event. We've got the attack run from Singapore is doing. I think I don't know the date. It'll be on the stream. I think it's the 26th of November. It's a Sunday. So if you can rally the troops and get them to sign up for the attack run, it's only an hour difference I think from your regular time zone for the day. It's on a Sunday. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love that. It's a little easier than starting at 1 a.m. like it did this past weekend.
Yeah. Oh man, I was in Galaxies and I was saying like it was 2 a.m. when the intro had gone through, and I'm just like, I'm tired already and I haven't even played my first game. Yeah. So I just want to put out there that we're having an Aussie event, or I should say a Singapore event, but it's it's our time zone. Come join us. It's on Sunday. If you want to join up, the bot's not working, but if it would be, it would be exclamation point AR for attack run. You could look it up and sign up. But I did put it out there for all players. I would love to get more people in. And Joe, if you can rally the troops in Japan, would be great. You two, the other Joseph.
Right. Sure.
We'll do what we can. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'll ask the Japanese players, but a lot of them don't speak very much English.
Okay, I would say use sign language and point to the cards can probably do it.
Yep,
Yeah.
they can. Yep.
We could always get you as a translator, maybe, in and out of the games.
That's also possible.
Yeah. I wish I spoke more Japanese. I don't. I only know some of the bad words, or nande, or. Yeah, you got.
Yeah, probably the one word to learn is kyori, which is distance or range.
Sure,
Cool.
Sure.
Cool.
All right, guys. Reuben, I would let you have a shout out, but you're in all the time. You don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Yeah, but Joseph, hey, thanks for joining us. It was actually a blast having you on. We will have you back.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to come back whenever I'm free.
If you want to come back, you've got such a lovely photo. Add to the collection. We got to have you back in. All right, guys. I think we're going to end it there. Just good luck to you your next game, Joe. I want to see more of that Pwn 3 hours. I think it is a good list. I do think it is.
Yeah.
One of my favourite.
I agree.
There we go. It's on the 29th of November. Sorry, not the 26th. The 29th of November. It's a Sunday. Hope to see you guys all on it.
All right.
Good night. Thanks for having us.
Easy, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.